Hi, good day to everyone. So this is Rolando presenting to you the authentic assessment in learning in assessment learning 2. So which is this is the assignment of authentic assignment design. So this topic is the procurement and tax of this. The overview of this topic is about the learning where be or the grade level which is the senior high school or the ABM. So this is our for college undergraduate. So my topic for today was business taxes or the VAT and withholding tax form 2307. So the learners, students preparing for careers or even finances or accounting. And now I'm presented, I am Rolando A. Ilando, a BSAD Mathematics student class of 2026. Today, I will show you an authentic assessment in actual job as a purchaser. In my work, only a lesson for a book. It is a tool we use every day to use sure a business transactions are correct. So by the way, I present it to Miss Danica Gray. Learning competency or aligned with course outcome. The learner solves problem involving tax, especially calculating a value or a value added tax, or which is we call it a VAT, and expanded with the holding tax or EWT in a procurement context to determine the net amount are payable to a supplier. So this type of this learning will be determined about a net of what are the net of item that we could buy in the supplier. Then a context of the task is the real world scenario, or in the real world scenario. This is my word for if the purchasing officer for a construction firm recently ordered, for example, 50 rolls of rubber insulation from the regular supplier. So which is our suppliers is a GDY, or we call it through air. Okay, to process the payment, we must compute the total cost, extract the VAT, and apply the 1% expanded withholding tax. So we call it EWT. So as required by the Bureau of Internal Revenue, or now the tax details. So which is the item is a rubber insulation. The quantity is 50 units. So if the unit price of this rubber insulation is 850 with VAT inclusive. So which is EW rate is 1%, or a regular suppliers of goods must be present a payment voucher or the draft BIR form 2307 and showing the exact amount that to be paid via check or via cash, and this is our goal. For the expected outputs, a table showing the breakdown of gross amount, net of VAT, EWT, and net amount payables. A simplified version of the form indicating the amount of income payment and tax withheld. So this kind of computations will be get the tax withheld, or how much is the withheld of the suppliers, and even this withheld is the company who is reliable to pay with it. Now the mathematical computation about it is to ensure your assessment is valid. Here is the correct mathematical flow. Okay, number 1, gross amount but inclusive, or 50 units times 850 for the price of the rubber insulation, for example. So which is the result is 42,500. So number 2 is net of VAT or VAT expense base. So 42,500 divided by 1.12 battable equals of 37,946.43. So how to get the expanded withholding tax with it? So how can it compute? Then the amount of the total amount of the 1.12% or the 1.12 divided by 42,500 divided by the 1.12 is equals of 37,946.43. So this is 37,946.43 times 1%. So we call it 0.01. So that is equivalent of upper 1% equals of the total amount is 379.46. So we have an withholding tax too. What happened to the withholding tax? Or are you the one to pay exact amount or the gross amount of if you pay in the supplier or the hardwares? No. So which is why you need to subtract it from the net amount, from the gross amount, and less the withholding tax, because the reliable to pay the withholding tax is the company. And aside of that, because the BIR was needed to file it, because that is for a procedure. So number 4, how is the net amount payable? So to be checked or to be paid to the supplier. So 42,500 minus the withholding tax, which is 379.46 equals of 42,120.54. So you have an accounting process and how to solve the withholding tax. So which is you must pay a net amount of 42,120.54. Now these are the example. How about I'm purchase order. I have a purchase order. So which is in the other words, that is in PO or PO. That is the other term. But I put then the item and description and quantity, how much is the quantity, and how unit, what kind of unit and unit price, then a total amount, then our remarks. So in the remarks there is I put it because when the product, or where you put the product, or what is the description about your product to do. Then here which is a rubber insulations, I ordered a rubber insulations 1-in-1/8 by 1/2 Mplex by in a box have a 36 pieces, but 36 pieces. So in 36 pieces I ordered only 50 or above 36 50 length. So that's that we call length. The LE is the length. Then the unit price of it is 850, so which is total amount of 42,500. So here I have an formula here, which is to put the to get the 42,500 is I put there in my sheets. I put it equals, then 50 times the unit price, or the quantity times the unit price. So the result is 42,500. Now how to be 42,120.54? So which is we put it we call it we get the withholding tax in there. So which is 42,500 based on my example last when I said earlier, 42,500 less 379.46 minus equals of 42,120.54. Now, how to put it? Now, here is our BIR form or 2307 form. So you see that income payment subjects to expanded withholding tax. So as you see that there's a description of how to put the numbers or where we could be put the number to identify. So in my case, I put here the second quarter because this month of February is a second quarter for a quarterly BIR to pay a withholding tax or to pay a tax. Now, at an ETC, I put it WC158 because that is the term of what kind of your business will be taken. Then a total of 37,946.43. So we put it the tax withheld for the quarter of 379.46. So we the BIR will identify already that the taxpayer will be paid 379.46. So we put it in the total amount. So we put it here in the total and the tax withheld in the quarter. So that is how money payment subjects to withholding of business tax to government and private. In conclusion, math in my work is a purchaser proves that math is a vital life skill. Real world scenarios like the BIR Form 2307 help students see the why and how of mathematics. We are not just teaching numbers, we are preparing students for the real world. So I do this work because I think this is to help me to how to identify the numbers and how to help me how to solve a mathematical. And that's all. Thank you. See you again.